I hope you're all doing well today. Hope you had a nice day yesterday as well. I know I did. I went for a little walk around the village and I spotted lots of signs showing that spring is here. I could see little buds growing on trees, some blossom and some beautiful flowers growing. So if you go out for a walk, see if you can spot any of those things as well. Well, what day of the week is it today? We've had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Diane, are you ready? Days of the week. 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 There's Monday and there's Tuesday. There's Wednesday and there's Thursday. There's Friday and there's Saturday. Then there's Sunday too. Days of the week. 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 Diane. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Diane. It's that one with the sticking out tongue sound. The can you have a go at that? Diane. Well done. Thursday. And I've also put up our little April sign. Ebrill in Gymraeg. April, because it is now April. And on there you probably can't see it from where you are, but there are actually some butterflies and clouds and a beautiful sunshine, because that's the weather that we hope we're going to have in April. Okay, Tywydd then. Stormus. Gymylog. Gymylog a heulog. Bwrw glaw. Wyntog. Bwrw eira. Heulog. Which one is it today? Is it meant with have you? Yeah. Wow. This morning I was having another little read of our Cinderella book. I've been reading it lots this week. And I came across the page where the handsome prince was looking for the girl he'd fallen in love with at the ball. And in his hands he's holding something. What's he holding in his hands? Yeah, he's holding her shoe, her glass slipper that fell off her foot when she was running back at midnight. Remember midnight? Make midnight on our clock, couldn't we? So clock time. So the big hand needs to be at the 12 at the top, and midnight, the little hand is there as well. There's midnight. That was when Cinderella had to go home. So Cinderella was running all the way home and she dropped her shoe. And it made me start thinking about shoes, because in my house I know we've got lots and lots and lots of different shoes. So this morning we're going to have a shoe morning. And what I'm going to ask you to do when you finish watching me is to go around your house and to find 5 different shoes. Can we count to 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 shoes. And that's exactly what I've done. Would you like to see them? Might need to move this out of the way. Okay. So can you help me to count as I put them down? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 shoes. Let's count them again to check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different shoes. And we're going to be thinking about the size of our different shoes. So some of my shoes here are smaller and some of them are bigger. Now we're talking about the length of our shoes, so we normally say shorter and longer. So my turn, shorter, Diane, longer. We do it with our hands. Short, long. And again, short, want you to do when you've collected all 5 of your shoes is to find the shoe that you think is the shortest. Let me have a look. I think it might be this one. I'm not sure. If I want to check, I'm going to need to measure it against my other shoes. So this one looks like it might be one of the shortest ones, but it could be this one. So what I'm going to do is put my shoes together so that the bottom bits of my shoes are lined up. And oh, can you see which is the shortest one at the top? It's this one. This is my shortest shoe. So this is going to be my shortest. And then, which is going to be my longest? I might be able to tell just by looking. If I'm not sure, I could measure them up against each other, like this. Which is the longest? It's Mr. Roberts' shoe, isn't it? Another way I could measure them is I could line them up against the edge of something. So I could line my shoe up against the edge of my table. And if I line Mr. Roberts' shoe up against the edge as well, just like this, I can definitely see that Mr. Roberts' shoe is the longest. So I found my shortest and I found my longest. There we go. Now I've got 3 more. So if you could do that, and that was all right for you, you could have a go at lining all 5 of them up, starting from the shortest all the way up to the longest. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I already know this is my shortest shoe. So I'm going to put this here first in my line. And then I'm going to try and see if it's this one next. So I'll line that up against the edge of my table. Oh yeah, that's longer. Let's try this one. It's a tiny bit longer, not much, but a little bit. Let's try my shoe next. Oh yes, that's a bit longer again. And last of all, the longest one, Mr. Roberts' shoe. So I've lined them all up from the shortest to the longest. So I think I've done quite a good job there. And when you've done that, if you found that okay and you'd like to do something else, we're going to have a go at measuring one of our shoes. So I'm going to choose this one of Christian's. So I'll pop that there and I'll move these out of the way for now. Now when we're measuring something, we're finding out how long it is. And you can use something called a ruler that has little numbers on that starts at 0 and shows you how long your shoe is. But to begin with, we're not going to use a ruler. We're going to use something else. Now I am going to use some of these little glass beads. Now you can choose to use anything you like to measure your shoe, but the important thing is that whatever you use, all the pieces are the same size. So you might like to choose Lego, but if you do choose Lego, you'll have to choose the same sized pieces of Lego and have lots of them and line those up. Or Duplo, you could do that. Or if you had lots of little stones that were the same size, you could use those. So have a think of what you've got and you can have a go at measuring your shoe. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to pop my little glass beads down and I'm going to put my first one starting right at the beginning of my shoe next to it. So I've got 1. Can you help me to count? 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm putting them right next to each other. 6, not leaving any gaps. 7, 8, 9. Oh, am I nearly at the end? 10, I think one more. 11. And I can count them to check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 glass beads. And then if I want to be really, really clever, I can even write that down. So here, I have already done a drawing of Christian's shoe. And how many glass beads was it? Can you remember? It was 11, wasn't it? So I could write my number 11. 1, 1. Next to it, 11 beads long. And then I could do the same with all my other shoes. And I will have all my numbers then, and I can find out which one is the shortest and longest and if I was right. Do you think Mr. Roberts' shoe will need more than 11 beads? I think so. So we're going to be doing some measuring today. And when you finish doing it with shoes, you can have a look around your house with your grown-ups for things that are shorter than each other or things that are longer as well. Now if you're in reception or even in nursery and you would like to have a go at measuring with a ruler, you can. But I would do it first of all with maybe some bits of Lego or glass beads or something like I have, and then have a go at lining up your ruler at 0 and measuring which number your shoe ends up at. But that's quite tricky. So lots and lots of measuring and comparing things today. Okay, well have fun, and I will see you this afternoon with power. Have a lovely morning.